everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Morning Coffee with Emerica. Today we're going to talk about foreign national loans, foreign buyers buying in the U.S. A lot of people ask those questions, and some think they're not allowed to buy in the U.S. Well, on the contrary, if you have a good real estate, an experienced real estate agent, and an experienced lender to help you navigate the process, you can buy in the U.S. legally. Today with me, I have one of the experts in that field with me, and it's no other than Sebastian Bonilla of Potomac Bank, right?
Potomac Bank, that's correct.
Okay. Hi, Sebastian.
Hey,
How are
Emerica.
you? Welcome.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. I want you today to help me guide our foreign buyers who are looking to buy in the U.S.
Of course.
and help them navigate through that process. To start with, who are those classified as foreign buyers?
Sure. Well, anybody that essentially doesn't have a current status in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be anybody that is foreign national, right? So somebody that doesn't have citizenship or a permanent residence here in the U.S. Essentially, as long as you have a visa, a passport, we're able to help obtain those foreign loans. So those type of clients can purchase a home here in the U.S. legally.
So if you don't have a green card, you're not a U.S. citizen, you still can purchase and you can get a loan to do that, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Great. Do you have to have a U.S. visa to be able to do that, or what would you need?
So essentially, yes, you do need a visa. The certain requirements are to have a valid passport.
Okay.
Passport
from your country, whatever country it is,
correct.
right?
That is correct. Yes. With a valid visa, then you'll need around 20 to 30% down payment.
Okay.
There's a few documents that we'll need to collect. For example, bank statements.
Okay.
Income.
Bank statements from your country.
Correct.
Right?
That's
Good.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
There's also, if you have a bank, U.S. bank, we can also
Okay.
use those funds as well. There's
All right.
many foreign buyers that actually do have U.S. bank accounts as well. So it could be a U.S. bank or a foreign account from your country.
Okay. That's good to know. Do they need to be in the U.S. to go through this process?
Not necessarily. Like we've helped many of your clients in the
Yes.
past.
Yeah.
Usually they're overseas. They are professionals, very busy, so they can't essentially travel to the U.S. to make the purchase right away. So they don't necessarily have to be here. We can essentially take care of what's the home search, the loan process. That way, when they're ready to purchase, they can do so. Essentially, once we're ready to close on the home,
Yeah.
they can travel and close on the home.
Okay, so they can do everything with you through the phone and virtually fill in the applications, do all
Correct.
the paperwork.
Correct.
And once they're pre-qualified with you, you send them over back to me.
Correct.
I'll do home tours with you, basically virtual tours. We'll tour the properties together virtually. I've done this for lots of clients, so it's very easy. We view virtually, and when we find the right property that you need, we then put a contract on that property. Then we bring you back over to Sebastian to proceed with the loans, right?
Correct. Yeah. So usually the pre-approval process can be very quick. Essentially, we can do everything online. The application can be completed through our website or through a mobile app. We have the ability to receive documents through our mobile app as well. So
Okay.
it just makes it easier for the client. Also, if for example you're looking at a specific property and you have the details, we can essentially underwrite the loan to that specific property. That way,
Okay.
you're for sure going into knowing what the monthly payment is,
Good.
how much cash you will need for the close.
Okay.
So essentially, we'll prepare you in the sense where you'll know all the details prior to even submitting the offer.
Okay, good. So just to go back, you said they need about 25 to 30% down payment for the loan,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay, and these properties, can they rent them out? Is it just second homes? What's the...
Yeah, so essentially you can definitely rent them out.
Okay,
Most foreign buyers use the properties as investment properties.
that's good.
So there's different loans when it comes to this. So essentially, sometimes you don't even have to provide income documentation as long as the property's potential rental income covers the mortgage payment. It just makes it a more smooth process in the way of needing less documentation from the client.
So basically, it is investing in the U.S. You put the down payment. You can rent the property out where someone else will be paying the monthly mortgages for you, and at the same time, you build in appreciation over the years based on the investments you've made, right?
Of course, yeah. So in a sense, you're getting it's an investment through the equity that you're building, and also potentially the cash flow income that you're receiving month to month.
Okay. Going through this process, what are the biggest challenges you would say foreign buyers encounter?
I would say essentially it would be finding the right property, right? So they're lucky to be connected with you in the sense where you'll be able to look into all the details of the property, do their certain market search, make sure that where they're investing, it's going to be a good investment on the long term. So I feel like as long as they're connected with somebody that knows the market, that has expertise on rental properties, then it'll be a good investment for them.
You're right, Sebastian. For foreign buyers, I advise clients that even if they don't use me, make sure you get a real estate professional who knows what they're doing in that industry, in that sector of the industry, because it's not for everyone. Everything is going to be done virtually, per se, the tours, all the documentation and all, and also to make sure the numbers make sense for the foreign buyers, to make sure once they purchase this property, the rent is able to cover, if not the entire mortgage, at least most part of it.
Right.
So yeah, you're right in that. Are there any tips you have out there for foreign buyers who might be thinking about this, who we just need to let them understand how seamless this process is?
Yeah, so essentially I would say just be ready, have the documentation ready. When it comes to providing the correct documentation, I would say at least have 2 to 3 month bank statements ready to go. Have an idea of what purchase price you would like to purchase, essentially. That way, when you submit the documents and we're working the application, we have a better idea of what your needs are, and we can do a good job for you.
Do they need like pay stubs, letter from employers?
So there's certain loan programs where you actually don't need any of that. So it makes it easier for the buyer in that sense. That way we just, since we're just basing it on the monthly income that the property is gonna produce, as long as it covers it or is close to covering the mortgage payment, we won't even need the income documentation. In a sense where, for example, if it doesn't cover it, then we would just need the most current pay stubs and a letter from the employment just verifying that you're employed, your history of employment, but it's not a big amount of documentation that you need.
Good. And I guess that would also cover if you're self-employed, as long as you have proof that you can cover if there's a difference, right?
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
And another concern a lot of people have is, do I need to fly to the U.S. to sign the documents, to finalize the transaction and all of that? I would tell you, no, you do not. The U.S. Embassy in every country have a section there in the consular section where you can go to the U.S. Embassy there and sign in front of them, have it notarized, and then you can send the documents back over to Sebastian. I know there's a small fee for it, but comparing to flying all the way to the U.S., that's such an easy way to go about it. They get it notarized, and all you need is a copy of your passport to verify your identity.
Yeah, that just makes, it's the convenience, right?
Exactly.
So it definitely is worth it for a lot of people, especially
Yes.
busy professionals.
Yeah.
So it does, it's a big benefit to be able to do that overseas.
Yeah, and if you do want to come to the U.S., it's even better. We'll be here to assist and make sure everything goes seamlessly for you. What advice would you give to anyone out there thinking about this?
Essentially, make sure that you have a good team, right? So you'll need a lender partner, obviously the expertise of a real estate agent, and a good title company that knows how to handle this type of loans. So as long as you have a good team, they have experience, they've done this before, help other clients do this, then you'll be in a good place to purchase as a foreign buyer.
Thanks, Sebastian. Together, we've helped quite a number of clients from different parts of the world own properties in the U.S. If you're thinking about it, give us a call, reach out, and we'll be glad to assist you in achieving that American dream. Thank you.
Thanks, Emerica.
Thanks.
Pleasure to have you.